This is Tristan.
This is Justin.
And this is Bill.
For the Space Bros Podcast.
Podcast.
Episode 100.
Woo woo woo! We made it, boys.
All right.
Do you have an air horn you're going to fix in post?
Yeah, I'll put it in
Fwah,
post.
fwah, fwah. There you go.
What is the Star Wars air horn?
Ooh. Maybe like the Star Destroyer like klaxon horn that goes off.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's it. You're right.
Okay.
Not as exciting. It's kind of a slow horn.
Yeah.
Doesn't really blast off.
Yeah.
But that,
you got to be
that
sipping
works.
on that syrup first.
Yeah.
That is good.
All right. Justin comes bearing gifts. Let's.
I do. Yeah, these are
first one.
late. So let's do the small gifts first. These are the initial.
Okay.
These are the like individual gifts I got for you guys. And I forgot to bring them to our last podcast. So this is in my basement.
Oh man.
It's a episode 1 candy toy.
Nice.
It is the Jar Jar Binks tongue sucker. So yeah, you get a jam thing out the bottom.
Oh
No, from the push it from the bottom.
Okay.
So you get
It
to
might be
like
kind of hard because it's old.
make out with Jar Jar.
Yeah. So basically, you got a tongue full of
It's like
Jar Jar.
crusted there.
Yeah, just push it. Just like get it. Oh, is it gonna happen?
Oh.
I got it to move before I brought it over here.
Really?
Yeah, it's just getting stuck. All right, well maybe it's not gonna do it for you. So yeah, his nasty tongue sticks out of his mouth. There. Yep, and then you gotta suck that. It's awful.
Yeah.
If we had podcast images, I think that
lovely.
would be it.
Yeah.
You going in for it. So yeah, don't you remember that popular candy
yes.
from episode 1
Yes, that you saw everywhere.
that you saw everywhere?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
Love it. Thank
awful. Yeah, no problem.
So have fun with that.
Yeah.
Open this guy.
And then our resident extended lore
Okay.
book.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if you've read it.
I
but
haven't, no. A classic Han Solo's Revenge.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's old.
Paperback from, it looks like what,
Oh man.
80s maybe?
Yeah.
Let's
So
see if there's a publication date on this.
nice bright orange.
79.
Oh, nice. Is
So-
he shooting Chewie on the cover? Looks like he's about to shoot Chewie.
No, it just is kind of awkwardly, yeah. Sweet.
That's funny.
We'll have to do a book review on
Yeah, I
this.
think that's what the
Yeah.
idea. I just gave you homework.
Thanks.
You have to read that for class and report.
And then the podcast one, which
Okay.
I'll give to you because you're
All
going to
right.
have to do something with it probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
For the
Which I
show.
just stumbled upon at a local antique shop. So
Ooh. Is it a record?
it's a record. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
It's
is it the soundtrack of the holiday special?
it is some janky ass
Space Wars.
bass, like
Whoa.
probably drum and bass Star Wars record.
Nice. It's got a B1 battle droid on it.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's authentic.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I expect to
All
hear
right.
one track at the end of
Yes.
every episode
Oh.
from now until
No, I
you're
got
done
some
with the
homework
whole
to do.
record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6. Looks
Oh.
like so. Yeah.
And I'll leave it up to you if you want to play the whole track or not. My guess is it's repetitive.
One way to find out.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Sweet.
Oh, DJ Trashy.
Roger. Roger.
Roger.
DJ
Yeah.
Roger. Roger.
Does it say the Emperor Strikes Back? Is that what it says on the?
Yeah. There's. Let's see.
Let's get some track listings.
There's the
It does
Emperor
say that, yeah.
side and there's the robot side.
Oh.
Robot side track 1, a suave situation. Okay. Track 2 is Mueve, Mueve.
Does somebody say Mew at some point?
No. And then number 3 is Back the Funk. So that sounds good.
Back the funk.
Empire side weekends.
Empire is known for their generous vacation policy.
9 p.m. still missing. Okay.
All right.
And Alarma. Those aren't really Star Wars themed, but
No,
bet
I
they-
only hope that Alarma does incorporate said klaxon horn that we
Yes.
talked about earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Yeah, you got it.
It's
got to.
awesome. Can't wait to listen to that.
Yeah, I'm curious as hell.
Ooh, it's owned by Brett though. This is really owned by Brett.
Yeah, no, he marked it up into
Yeah.
to all hell. Made sure that nobody.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Side 1 and side 2.
Yeah. So
Okay. Listen for those listeners.
yeah, happy belated Christmas.
Thanks, Justin.
Or, you know,
Thanks, pal.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Life Force Day or whatever.
Right. Life Day.
Life Day.
Happy
Yeah.
Life Day. All right. Now on to the podcast. First order of business.
First order. Huh?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the first order. The Star Wars Visual Guide to Rise of the Skywalker, which I have in my possession.
I also have.
You have this as well?
Yes.
Okay. Did you page through it?
Yeah, I got about probably halfway through it.
Okay. It reveals some revealing things
Yes.
about characters and locations and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has some weird shit in there too that like it has determined personality like as a feature on someone,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous when
Yeah.
they have these little arrows going to it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, resolve.
Snap Wesley
Personality.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
He has
what?
resolve. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. That's interesting and weird. But the things that they revealed in it were also interesting. Number one, I think we mentioned this before, that this was only in the visual guide, is that they talked about how Kylo Ren found the first Wayfinder on Mustafar,
Mm-hmm.
which is a huge reveal in the
Yeah.
film that they didn't talk about at all.
Sure.
Actually, even more importantly, they created a new Star Wars timeline, which I don't know how I feel about this.
Okay.
So now they say events happen before or after the Skywalker or Star
that's
Killer
right.
incident.
That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot. Yeah.
So
Instead of the Yavin base.
instead of Yavin.
Oh, yeah. Way to count years.
Yeah.
Not like it's, yeah. The timeline is now fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So now everything's shifted. So the Phantom Menace takes place 66 BSI before the Star Killer. So they're considering Episode 7 as the baseline, the middle chapter now, which doesn't make any sense.
No.
I still think that having the, first Death Star explode is the major event,
Yeah.
Sure.
but whatever.
Yeah, and it's kind of dumb because, there's so much, information. I think we talked off air at some point about like Wikipedia being like, oh shit, do we have to go back and update all our articles now?
Right.
I mean, there's been an established timeline, and does it really matter if instead of being 0, if The Force Awakens was 66?
Right. Order 66.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa, mind blown. The Phantom Menace is now 66 BSI. So,
Okay.
Whoa.
So what do you just subtract 30? I don't even know. Like, what does that equal?
I guess you add an extra 30 years on there. Or
Or
something.
add 30.
Yeah, because now Rise of the Skywalker is 1 ASI after Star Killer incident. So now we know that The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens take place at the same time, basically, like right after each other. And then the Rise of the Skywalker takes place at 1. So there's like a year between Last Jedi and Rise of the Skywalker. It's like, who cares really? But
Yeah.
it's also kind of silly that they're rewriting this.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I
a
don't know
dumb. It's a dumb thing to try to.
Is it Disney doing it, or what's the?
Probably.
Yeah,
To
So-
make the sequel trilogy more important.
right.
Right.
So as fans, we have to put a stake down in this and say, no,
Yeah.
it's ABY, BBY.
Yeah.
But I
don't
mean-
even acknowledge.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it would be even in universe there'd probably be some hipsters that would be like, "Fuck that! The Star Killer was so passe. I'm all
Yeah.
about the original
Yeah. Right.
original Death
Yeah.
Star." So I'm using
Right.
yeah.
Another thing this book outlines is that Legends of the Sith, such as Darth Revan, are now canon because legions of Sith troopers are named after ancient Sith lords, and one of them is named the Revan Legion,
Yeah, That's pretty
including other Sith lords in the Legend stuff before. So now Revan is possible. In the book, it also talks about the Force Dyad, which was a new concept that was introduced in this movie that was never in the universe before, and then it explains that the Sith and Jedi had notes about this in different doctrines and texts and stuff. Does that change your opinion of that plot device or not?
it comes back to, okay, that's cool that they gave that detail, but it's kind of shitty that detail, you have to read like a book to know that detail. Like
Yes.
you have no way of knowing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or another thing that the book explains, like how she fixed Anakin's lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
I believe on our last episode, we spent some time ranting about how that didn't make sense.
How-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how didn't we know that we had to read this?
Yeah.
ancillary material to.
Like, couldn't they make it part of the film?
Yeah.
In some way?
I mean, even if you just say like, "Oh, I'm glad I found that thing in that book that told me how to fix kyber crystals,"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then at that point, I think having more detail
Mm-hmm.
in a book or something would be
Right. I've actually thought more about that lightsaber thing because I don't understand why she had to have a lightsaber at the start of the film.
Yeah.
Where like it may have been more impactful that like she doesn't have his lightsaber and she's with Leia and she's like, you got to go build your lightsaber or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand like they don't have dialogue and stuff like that, but like somehow work that into instead of her having it and giving it back to like giving it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets like there was so many weird things that they chose when they could have just let Luke Skywalker's lightsaber disappear or Kylo goes to get it, like something else other than like, no, I just went back and built it.
I think they had to because
just accept it,
They had that film footage of Princess Leia, of Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, sure.
And they had to use it somehow to explain, to have her in the movie more than just from dying and that's it.
Yeah, it's very, very confusing.
Yeah.
I think it could have been handled way better. A lot of this stuff.
Yeah. At the same time, I'll say though that in like Return of the Jedi, they didn't have Luke rebuild or making his lightsaber. They didn't show that in the film.
No, I'm all for, I understand like all those films, there's some time in between.
Mm-hmm.
It's also weird that like now we get these visual dictionaries and they explain everything. Whereas like in the past, like somebody would have written it a novel or it would have showed up in a comic. Yeah, some sort of EU thing. And now they're just like, no, we're just going to tell you the answer.
Yeah.
And now there's no, like, I understand some mystery is fine.
Yeah.
But it's, it's very strange. Not the way I would have hoped they would have handled it, but I guess maybe that's just what they think people need.
I also thought it was weird. It was like, didn't anybody else realize that she's got a functioning lightsaber at the beginning of this movie? Like, what happened?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was the same.
Nobody
I was
else
one of those
covered
people
that.
where I just sort of ignored it. Like there was so much other stuff going on. And I think during the podcast, you guys are like, she didn't have a lightsaber. I was like, oh yeah, where did that come from?
Wave your hand
Wait
in
a
front
minute.
of everybody.
Yeah. It was pretty good hand waving. So once brought up, you're like, wait a minute.
Okay. So let's see. A couple other things that came out of this thing. I mean, there's some that are more impactful than others. One of them was like about the ships themselves, and the way that they were not Death Star lasers on each one. So whatever, they just came up with a different name for it, so it's fine. And then the Knights of the Ren themselves, which was interesting. And you find out more of this in the comic as well, that the Kylo Ren comic, is that the Knights of the Ren are actually not named after that because of Kylo Ren. That there's a leader of them called Ren who's not in the movies, which is also strange. I don't know why they would make that more confusing. But you find out the individual names and like descriptions of their weapons and some personality traits about them. Yeah. What are you going to say?
Oh, and Dengar. Dengar is apparently in there.
Okay, he was in the movie. Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the background, Rothgar Deng.
Yeah.
Which
okay.
I read the description in the book, and it's kind of like poor Dengar has gotten even more fucked up and like a worse shape than before. He's like even more like fucked up and repaired cybernetically and stuff than before. So he continues to be on brand for Dengar.
Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of what it has. If you're interested in the movie and you want to know more about the characters and stuff, sometimes you have to buy the visual dictionary to find out more, or the comic books.
Yeah.
It's like supplemental material.
Or go to these websites online.
Yeah. Or just look online. Go to Screen Rant. I'll save you some time.
But yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you guys like is the visual part of it at least interesting, other than the sort of lore rewrites or, info?
Yeah.
Some of it.
Okay.
Some of it is interesting and some of it is like weird, like Tristan was kind of saying about how they'll have portraits of, well, I guess pictures of characters, and then they'll have all these features, and sometimes the features are kind of dumb. So do we need to know that this dude's like a good speller?
Right. Like, who cares? Yeah. So it's
allergic to blue milk.
Yeah. Limited usability.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But it does have some cool stuff in there, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just a shame that that's now supplemental.
Yeah.
To the movies. Before you could just watch a movie,
Yep.
get everything you need out of it. But
Sure.
we're in the information age now, so
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking before. It's like, there were mysteries in the first trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
How do they, all these things in between the films that necessarily were not always said.
Yeah.
But I guess nothing that glaring that you're like, wait a minute. It's like the lightsabers in the last one.
Well, I guess the stories were just written better. You
Probably.
could say almost. So
Yeah, less complicated for sure.
Yeah.
At the very least, just less complicated. So
they
they weren't trying to undo the last movie.
right.
So
Let's talk about the box office numbers for number 9.
$1 billion.
It's grossed $1 billion, so
Yeah.
I think it was gonna happen sooner or later. But comparing it to the other movies, so Last Jedi grossed worldwide 1.3 when all was said and done. The domestic opening for that was 220,000, whereas this movie was 177. So a little bit less in number 9.
When you say all said and done,
Yeah.
what does that mean? Are they including current sales and like people who still buy, the digital versions and like, because this movie has not been released for purchase at all.
Right. I think
Yet.
it's only
So I
box
wonder.
office numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's well, you can choose original release as a drop down.
I just wonder how they play with the numbers, like when
Yeah.
it's all said and done.
Mhm. Yep. I don't think it includes box sales.
Sure.
I'm not
Are
sure.
there some smaller countries in the world that get the movies much, much later, but still somehow, roll into the...
I would hope everyone has
years
seen
later.
Last Jedi by now.
I don't know. No idea. I just wonder.
Something that's crazy is you look at China
Mm-hmm.
and how much money it is compared to the rest of the entire domestic release. It is insane.
It's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people, yeah.
But holy cow.
And this
man.
one was down, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Like, because I remember we were talking about the numbers in China. There was another film in China that beat it on multiple levels.
Yeah.
A Chinese-made film, I think, or at
Mhm.
least an Eastern film. So,
But looking at
like Ip Man 4 was like ahead of it, right? Something
right,
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking at Last Jedi, it made... What are these? Are these in millions or billions? I think they're in millions. Yeah, it made 42 million alone in China, but actually in Japan, 66 million for
Mhm.
Last Jedi. So I don't know, maybe it's not as big as I thought. UK is 111. So, but anywho, and then The Force Awakens made more money than Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker so far.
Sure.
Makes
They
sense.
made 2 billion, over 2 billion. Whereas number 9 has just crossed the 1 billion mark.
See, I feel like we would have heard, like, if it was like in that first year that it made 2 billion, we would have heard that it was 2 billion. That somehow they're rolling in later numbers because that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is
And
a lot.
at that time, that would have been a huge deal because I think Marvel had just crossed the line of $1 billion or whatever, right,
Yeah.
with their Avengers franchise or something like that. I feel like
Yeah.
so, and they must be rolling in later numbers. 2 billion is
Let's look at Avengers Endgame just for poops and giggles.
sure.
2.79 billion.
Yeah,
So that's quite a bit more. Okay.
yeah, but I mean,
Mhm.
for episode 9 several
Mhm.
years ago, 4 or 5 years ago,
Episode 7.
7. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
7 was
So 7 was 2 billion
right.
and 7 came out in 2015. So
Yeah, I don't think we were talking about 2 billion in numbers when we were talking about
yeah,
7 back then.
maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been
Mhm.
a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, still a big deal, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh, also I didn't include it, but the Variety article I think today or yesterday was talking that Disney Plus is like 25 million subscribers. They're about to announce,
Damn.
and it's the biggest like like in the brief amount of time, 3 months or whatever that it's
Mhm.
been out. It's just like insane numbers.
Wow.
So-
I wonder if they're playing around with the numbers with that either, or with that too, because I think after Mandalorian finished, I think you saw a bunch of people online that are like canceling.
Yeah, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Well, they're like, here's the Clone Wars. How about this? Like,
Yeah.
Here's something else. Or
Right.
Now they got Last Jedi on there too. I don't know if that was recently, but I think that was in the last month or so. It went off Netflix. It went on to Disney Plus.
Mm.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how soon that Rise of the Skywalker will come to Disney Plus then, and things like that, or how quick the turnaround's going to be on those. We'll find out.
Probably quick. I'm surprised
Yeah.
they haven't announced it already, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Another big thing that came from episode 9 news is that the script that Colin Trevorrow wrote leaked online, I think he probably leaked it himself.
Probably.
But it's quite different than the movie we got.
I might have the timeline or the specifics messed up, but I feel like it was a YouTube script writer or a script writer who has a YouTube show who said he had a copy of the original scripts and was sort of giving a general. I think it's like an hour, and I was going to watch it, but then I was like, oh shit, this is an hour and a half long. Like it's not a general like he was just going through the script, and this was just talking about it, and that was the start of it or something like that.
Okay.
And then some concept art leaked, and then Trevorrow at some point through Twitter or whatever basically acknowledged like, yeah, those were concepts from my script, and yeah, that script is. So apparently, I haven't looked into it. I kind of want to.
Yeah, there's
more time, but
it said created by filmmaker Robert Meyer Burnett, who breaks down the YouTube video. That's the video sketches over the 2 hours long. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's how much of a breakdown is that?
Yeah,
that's a pretty detailed breakdown.
He's reenacting with action figures.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But what's different about it is there's no Palpatine whatsoever. There's nothing linked. I should say spoilers, I guess. But if you haven't seen 9 and you listen to this podcast, then too bad.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
But there's no Palpatine whatsoever. There's a new Sith that's created for this movie that they have to battle Tor Valum, Palpatine's former master. So the movie is quite different. Yeah. And
I think the screenshot or the concept art that people were kind of going crazy about was like Rey had a double-headed lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like she had built her own blue or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, again, talking about lightsabers would have been more sense than what they decided to do.
Yes.
And a Kylo Vader duel.
Yes.
And like a Force cave.
Yep, like with Skywalker or Luke in Episode 6.
I feel like they hinted at that in the trailers or something that we were kind of, because I think we were discussing about that too. Like, wait, is this going to be like a Force Vader going to show up, or what's going to happen here?
We thought that Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, was going to be in the movie for sure.
Yeah,
and he was not, so we lost that prediction.
Just the voice, right?
Yeah. And then what else? Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Is if you want to find out the script and watch the video, it's all available on YouTube, or if you search on the web, you can find it pretty easily.
Yeah, we live in a weird time where you can see alternate versions of scripts like this that it leaks.
Yep. Other news about series, especially one that was reported to be on Disney Plus for sure, was the Obi-Wan series. And that's now on hold. So they didn't like the script, I guess, and they're going back to the drawing board. So I don't know if this is supposed to be a 2020 release.
Yeah, I don't know if they got that specific. I did see like Ewan McGregor commented saying that it's not like that big of a deal, so it's maybe not like all the way back to the drawing board, just like hopefully punching some stuff up.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I think that Kathleen Kennedy vetoed the original scripts.
Okay, so she came down with an executive order.
Yeah.
Do you think what's his name from Mandalorian and Clone Wars?
Filoni.
Do you think he's? I wonder if they're leaning more towards him now that the Mandalorian was such a general hit. Like people seem to really like it. I mean, they may not say it, but I wonder if he's going to show up as EP on there or something as well.
Yeah.
Or Favreau even, or someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think even Favreau would admit that Fellini's the one. I mean, in that cooking, I don't know if you guys watched that cooking thing. Like, he was basically just, like, kowtowing the whole time. Like, I mean, this is kind of his.
Yeah.
Wherever he says goes on this stuff, so.
He's just directing it.
Yeah, I mean, he's there to do the film stuff, but
it
was like, as far as story and stuff, he was basically like, this is the guy. Like, he knows way more than I do. So I wonder.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. I mean, obviously, he did a good job with Mandalorian.
And
Yeah, I mean, I think Kathleen Kennedy, I kind of thought I thought they'd probably make a change by this point, because there's kind of been a lot of murmuring about that, but she's apparently holding in. Yeah,
I don't know who like the true string pullers are, but it's like Bob Iger probably in like the Disney CEO executive panel, but they seem to let her get away with a lot of mistakes. So
so hopefully this doesn't end up being another one of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't really want somebody to come back in, because usually when that happens in film industry, when somebody in that position leaves, they basically cancel a bunch of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they always want to make it their own.
Yeah.
So as much as it may not, agree with everything she's chosen to do, like all of a sudden, like Mandalorian could be canceled.
Yeah.
It's something you do like. They probably wouldn't, but like
that'd be a big mistake.
It's usually a huge decision.
True.
Like, people tend to change things a lot when they're in those positions.
Well,
Just to put their stamp on it, basically.
Yeah, I remember when Ron Howard came in to take over Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
So
sure,
that movie's probably quite
and that
different.
pretty much like reshot the movie, right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
I wonder.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, another thing of the times, right? Like normally, not that long ago, you would not have heard about like the slight script change person. Like it's just something that happens in TV shows, and that's just not it. Like he says, it's probably not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, everybody calm down.
Well, because now you got to do a press release about it or something, because people are like, "Where is it? What's the status updates?
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah,
oh my God, is it burning to the ground?
Where's the Twitter updates? Come on."
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of the Mando, though, let's talk about the last 2 episodes leading up to the end of the season. So season 1 is finished. We'll talk about spoilers, so if you haven't heard it, you might want to fast forward a little bit. But what do you think of the last 2 episodes? Do you guys remember them? It's been a little while.
Yeah, it has been a
minute. I'm trying to remember 7.
It was a 2-parter, right? Or am I mistaken? Could we get like some titles? I got to look up.
Yeah, maybe that would help.
Because it is blending. I was going to look this up before we started, but it was definitely blending together for me, and I feel like it was a 2-parter, but maybe not.
Could be.
Because the 6 was the
prisoner.
The prison thing, right?
Yep, the prison break episode where they do the heist.
And then I feel like 7 was the return.
Oh, I think.
And then 7, it ends where they're like in the bar, like.
I think 7 was the one where they revisited with Grief Karga and all that.
And then he's got the robot.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got the IG unit that he's reprogrammed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then also they get pinned down in episode 7.
At the end of episode 7, right?
Yeah, they're like, "What are you going to do? You're in the bar."
And that's where we're introduced to...
the bad guy.
Again? Or no? Is that where we're introduced to him? Does he show up before that?
No, I think he didn't make his entrance until...
this episode, right?
Yeah. Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
He might have been like at the very end of 7 and then in 8 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, no, there's their leader."
Yeah. I just can't remember if he would like showed up in a holo call or whatever. I would like to rewatch these at some point.
Yeah.
Because they go quick.
Yeah.
So, but no, I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought the turn of the IG unit to babysitter was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mando gets messed up though in this episode 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or basically they bring him into there and he's already injured, right? I think, or does he get hurt in the shootout? I'm trying to remember. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. In general, I remember enjoying.
But he's like
episodes.
He's like saying goodbye. He's like, "Delete my web history."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I think episode 7 was where the troopers punched Baby Yoda and caused internet outrage.
Yes.
Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, Sudeikis. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good. That was like the intro, right?
Yeah.
Like they've got.
Yeah, I was like, this episode sucks. The first 10 minutes. Downvote.
Yeah. No, I thought it was all pretty well done. I mean, some of the action sequences were they made a lot of caveats to like, wait, why can't they just? Why wouldn't they just blow up the bar? Like Cantina, just why are they all hanging out and waiting for something to happen? And all the Mandos are gone and from that town or whatever, but for some reason the one armor maker is still just hanging, like waiting, though they've relocated somewhere else.
Yeah. That was a little strange too.
Yeah, a lot of like the going down the river in the boat, towards the end. They've just taken care of like a ton of the stormtroopers, but they can't handle like the 6 stormtroopers at the end of this cave.
I think that was
IG's got to blow up.
Yeah, so. They had the weird R2 unit with the arms and legs. I didn't like that.
That was creepy.
I did not like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Dislike. Oh, you get to see
the Mando. I forgot about the R2 with legs.
The Mando took off his helmet too.
Right.
We didn't talk about that. So for the first time in the episode, he takes it off in front of a droid. he's like, you have severe head trauma. If you do not remove your helmet, you'll die.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
he took off his helmet. Yeah.
What if that just means we're going to see more of his face now in the second season?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that might have been probably pressure from someone who's like an executive, like, you can't have a whole show where the guy doesn't take his helmet off. Come on. Yeah.
I mean, it's a reveal moment, right? Like,
Yeah.
what does this guy look like?
Mm-hmm.
Because we already know what he
We already
looks
know
like.
he looks
Because we know
like.
the actor.
Yeah.
Like,
He's in
it's not
Game of
really
Thrones.
that crazy.
Already seen his head getting smushed.
Yeah.
Game of
Is his
Thrones.
head still smushed?
Yeah.
They show that. No, and then
What if he would have taken off his helmet and he had like Yoda ears? Like he was like some sort of weird Yoda.
Yeah.
It's like it's his dad.
His green skin.
Awesome.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, the very end of the episode too with the dark saber. That was
yes.
pretty rad.
Yeah.
I nerded pretty hard. I think I was texting both of you furiously,
Yeah.
and no one had seen it, and I was like, "Damn it!"
So one thing I heard was people said it looked weird in
does
the
look
show,
weird.
right? It doesn't look like a whole lightsaber should look, or how the dark saber should look.
Yeah. Well, I think this is every other depiction of it has been in a cartoon, right? So
Yeah.
it's probably
Yeah. Yeah.
a little different that way, but yeah.
If you're expecting just like a black lightsaber,
Mm-hmm.
then it looks different than that. I don't know.
I mean, I'm no graphic artist, but like I don't know
Yeah.
how you make something like that look real.
Yeah.
Like a black light.
Mhm.
I mean, black lights don't look like black, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if it's just black, it wouldn't be that impressive. So what do? They do like the cartoon, which is like black with a little bit of white around the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does look odd. I wonder if they'll change it.
You have to turn off the lights and
I
get
mean,
a
it's
special.
unreal, like in a way that is
Yeah.
crazier than just a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like you've
Mhm.
never seen it. Like it doesn't make sense. I guess that's really weird.
You
So
have
I
to turn
agree.
off all the lights and put in a special bulb in order to see it.
Right.
I was gonna say he's got
That'd
his
be cool.
Pink
Yeah.
Floyd posters on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really trippy.
You see cum stains on the wall.
Oh, yeah,
You're
there
like,
you
oh.
It's like, have you ever seen images of a material that's blacker than black? Like it reflects zero light. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
is
Sure.
like
Mhm.
infinitely black. It just looks
Mhm.
like it doesn't look right. Like there's
Mhm.
something odd about it.
Yeah.
So like just negative space like that. Like what do you do?
Mhm.
So I understand. I get that. It looked weird, but I don't know what else you would.
Right. How can you make it look better?
There's
I don't know.
better minds looking at it than me, and if they couldn't figure it out, that's probably the best thing they could come up with in the time that they had.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Looking forward to season 2 of that. And season 2 is coming out fall this year.
Mm-hmm.
There was a tweet by Jon Favreau showing a Gamorrean statue, and he said, season 2 coming fall 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Get hyped.
he loves doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Loves showing stuff.
Yep. Must be a leak. There's going to be a Gamorrean, maybe.
Yeah, and I heard there's going to be more Yoda specied characters.
It's a rumor. Okay.
It's a rumor, and a rumor that Baby Yoda might be a lady.
Oh.
Oh sure, yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
What a weird reveal that's going to be on the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody's-
Changing the diaper, and you're
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
oh.
Do we get to see naked Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
Or this is just going to be a line where he's like, "She," he just gives her a.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a rule from the FCC about showing alien genitals on TV?
I mean, they don't have to. They don't have to stand by FCC rules.
Yeah.
It's a streaming service.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
There you go.
So,
But the mouse probably has some rules.
Yeah, all the mouse.
I don't know if you watch Big Mouth. Is that the show
Yeah.
on Netflix?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of little kid dick on
Yeah.
that show. It's a
Yeah, that's
cartoon,
Yep.
so I don't think it matters.
Uh-huh. Okay, so look forward to that fall 2020. But sooner than that, not little kid dick. Let's backpedal that.
Boy.
I mean, but yes, but look forward to Yoda dick.
Yeah.
Or veg.
Or vagina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who,
Yeah.
who knows? Or both. I don't know.
Could be both.
Yeah.
It could be both.
But sooner than that, you'll be able to watch the Clone Wars.
Smooth transition.
Yeah.
Very good.
2020. It's coming February 21st.
Yeah.
This month. We're in
Yeah.
February right now.
I'm not gonna make it, guys.
Oh, yeah. So you posted an article recently about essential episodes to watch.
Yeah,
Right.
so I was thinking, we watched some of it, and then the idea of like trying to watch all of it
Mm-hmm.
is like 128 episodes.
Insurmountable.
Yeah, it's like 48 hours, or it's a lot.
Whew.
And then I know while watching it too. I mean, there is sort of this. It's a long running show that had 20 some episodes per season,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of it's not filler. Like, do you
Mhm.
really need to see the off episodes? And so I found a sort of a the first list that comes up is something like, I think the Australian Kotaku, which is sort of like essential. Like, here's the main, you follow those stormtroopers or clone troopers, and it seems to be focusing on that, certainly.
Okay.
And then she actually bends the timeline a little bit, because when I first started watching, I think I got 3 episodes in, and then while reading the article that she wrote, it's like, oh, they actually show the, how these clone troopers got together in season 3. So she like reorders a couple things, so the timeline is more condensed and like in order so far. So I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see what I can get through, and as we get, we're almost very close. We are very close, but whatever I have left, I think I'm just gonna try and read a synopsis, or at least catch the last season's episodes or whatever.
You got 20 days.
I might skip some middle stuff, or
Yeah.
because even at her shortened list, it's like 21 hours of viewing. So
yeah,
it's only whittled down to about a little less than half. So
I think I've made it to season 3. I realize.
Okay.
So that's about halfway.
Yeah. I was watching some of season 4 this morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could do it.
I could. There's 120 episodes.
Well, I have to watch all of them. You can do the
20
list.
minutes per episode, and then that's a lot of hours. So yeah. How do you think the new trailer looks? You saw the trailer drop.
Yeah.
Any opinions on that?
Looks pretty rad.
Looks good.
Yeah. Some good stuff with they had the clones. I think they had Rex talking about how the clones weren't all about war, how they were kind of torn on it, right? Because we don't exist because of the war, but shit sucks, man.
This war sucks.
Yeah. So I mean, that's neat. Then they had some good Ahsoka stuff. They're gonna show the duel between Maul and Ahsoka in the throne room in Mandalore. That should be pretty cool.
Okay.
So we're gonna assume Ahsoka is gonna die. Is she dead?
No.
Well, not in this.
No, I mean by the end of this season. Is this going to be the end of Ahsoka, or you think I mean, you would know better than anyone, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill, in the extended universe, is she supposed to?
So I think
you wonder.
So the novel was kind of probably, I think it was after, it was probably before the season, but after like the last material, because it's kind of the last material, she kind of got screwed over by the Jedi Order and left.
Yeah,
right.
And then the novel was kind of some in that time period, and then she came back in here. But some of these events, like the duel between her and Maul, are referenced in like Rebels.
Yeah,
because Maul calls her like Lady Tano, and like makes reference to back on Mandalore. So
was that? I'm trying to remember when we were at Celebration and they showed us a little clip, of what was coming. It was kind of a reveal that she was going to be in it, right? Or something.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
And like the reveal is also kind of played to this trailer, but it's not as good because it's like a back shot. You're like, well, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Like the back of her head is like the front of her head. Like we know that's her. So like having her turn and face the camera was like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, I think they showed in the previous trailer that some of the clones had painted up their masks her face.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's what.
And I think they also in the previous trailer, not in this one, showed that like Anakin made her new lightsabers because that's also she left them behind. Yeah, kind of like faked her death.
Yeah, she seems like a character that maybe they would want to do something with after this.
Yeah.
So I mean, I suppose you can always do like, young Ahsoka or whatever. Like you can always go back, but I wonder how this will end. I guess.
Well, I don't think she's gonna die in this series necessarily.
No, she definitely won't. Because I mean, she's alive in Rebels.
But also she's one of the voices in 9. So that sparks some conspiracy whether she's dead or not, because she's one of the voices for Rey.
Yeah.
Right. So then she should be. Yeah. It's all very.
Yeah.
I forgot about Rebels.
Yeah.
Briefly.
But there's also the ghost in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm curious to see how it ends. And I thought even not really watching that much of Clone Wars up to that point was. It's a good trailer.
Yeah. And there's been some internet push to get Rosario Dawson to play Ahsoka in some live action thing.
Oh.
And, like, she like retweeted some stuff. So
Oh man, what's her Disney would be so mad. The woman that does the actual voice.
Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah, Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah. Uh-huh. She really likes that character, so.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the cosplay I've seen her do of it, like she can look like that character, like an adult version of that character, no problem.
Yeah. I think they haven't put any of that species in the movies because they're really hard to make look good. Like, there's one of them maybe in the prequels.
What's her face? The clone lady, Shakti.
Yeah.
Prequels don't count. That stuff does not look great.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Everything they did in the prequels doesn't look bad. And I actually, speaking of looking good, like watching the first couple episodes of the Clone Wars, I think I'm in like you dip into season 2 pretty quick. It looks good for like a decade-old cartoon.
Yeah.
Like there are not that many. And like a CGI version of it, I was like, this actually holds up. Like usually cartoons do not make it 10 years where you're like, well, this still looks good. You'd be like, well, this looks fucked lame. But like they put money into that shit back then.
Yeah.
I will preface it with you have to like the animation style or get used to the animation style.
Sure.
Because it's different. It's totally different than the rest.
Have you watched it on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the quality is good.
I thought I was surprised. Yeah.
I really like the Samurai Jack guys version, the animated,
like the movie.
the 2-parter.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That was really fun. Yeah, I like that version.
Way more stylistic for sure.
Yeah, I like that kind of art. But there's also, they're saying too on your list, the first thing you should do is watch the Clone Wars movie. Yeah, and that's on Disney Plus now. So that's
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the
Oh, like the animated movie.
the animated movie.
Okay, yeah.
Not Attack of the Clones.
Right.
Because nobody should
The
do
thing
that.
that came out, that came out before the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good primer. So you can watch that and see if you like it. Yeah. Okay. And that wraps up news. Being as this is now 2020, let's go over some predictions and a recap of 2019 first. So the best things that happened in 2019. Here we go.
You can see us all clicking on the links.
Yeah.
According to Star Wars, Rise of the Skywalker brought the saga to an end. That's a spoiler, of course. But I guess you knew that because they say the end of the Skywalker saga over and over. The Mandalorian premiered with live-action Star Wars TV series the first time with a character that everyone fell in love with, Baby Yoda we're talking about. The Jedi Fallen Order gave us a new single-player Star Wars action game. And Celebration took over the Windy City. We were there.
Hey, how do we miss this go downtown and point your lightsabers at a building shot?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't get that invite.
No.
I think we were not on the VIP list. Yeah. The Resistance started its second season. So the second and final season, the show's over now. I think they had their last episode.
That's good.
So waiting to see if that comes to Disney Plus, and then I'll watch them for season 2.
Will you?
Yeah.
It's not on Disney Plus?
I don't
guess I
believe
just
so.
assumed that they would.
Season 1 is. I don't know about season 2.
Season 2 is not. They're trying to get people to buy it, I think.
Sure.
And it's still on Disney XD.
Huh.
Galaxy's Edge opened up. Okay.
That did happen this year.
And I think the ride just went live with the
Rise of Resistance.
The new one?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Rise of Resistance. I saw a video of someone going through that.
Yeah, our friend said it was pretty cool. They were there a couple weeks ago.
There's a bunch of books. Who cares?
Nerds.
The start and end of Marvel's Star Wars main series for basically A New Hope era started and ended with 75 issues in 2019. I thought it was 2018 that some of those came out in, because they couldn't have released 75 issues in 1 year.
Wait, what?
That seems ridiculous.
We're talking about?
For the comic book series from Marvel.
Well, yeah, that's from 2015 to 2019.
Yeah, 2015 to 2019. Yeah.
75 issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically from Force Awakens to the last movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From when Marvel started.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because there was no... Yeah, because that was from when Marvel...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When Marvel took over the Star Wars license again.
Yep.
Now we get a new reboot.
Yep. With Empire Strikes Back now this time around.
But it's just called Star Wars.
Yeah, it's very confusing. They should have done something with the title.
Yeah, I mean, just put a slug in there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then Disney Plus launched, and the Kenobi live action series with Hugh McGregor just as we hoped, is
was
planned.
announced. Yeah.
It's announced. Yeah.
Officially announced. Rumored forever.
Yes. Basically the worst kept secret in Hollywood.
Yeah.
A VR game came out, Vader Immortal. Now they're giving that thing away for free if you buy an Oculus Quest.
Right.
So if you ever wanted to give it a try, now's your chance. And then episode 1 had reached 20 years old. Okay. And
we're talking about that's your favorite.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
Rise of Skywalker came to Battlefront 2. That's not very exciting. And basically buy stuff.
Other than toys.
Yeah, toys.
And Jedi Temple Challenge was announced.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That'll be sweet. Hopefully.
What is that?
That's the like Legends of the Hidden Temple thing with your boy Ahmed.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kids running through mazes.
Yes.
And shit.
Okay. It's like Ninja Warrior.
Yes. Probably
kids.
closer to Ninja Warrior.
Yeah. Ahmed Best. Binksy boy. My man. Okay. Okay.
Did he invite you to be on there or anything?
Not yet. I'm
Not
waiting
yet?
for that.
Waiting for the email.
Yeah. Out of those things, what do you think were some of the highlights and lowlights of 2019? Any opinions?
Oh, I think Mandalorian came out of the gate strong, and it kind of showed that, Disney Plus could be something cool, and live action Star Wars series could be a thing.
Totally.
Yeah, it showed that they were willing to do something different. I have a feeling that they're very happy that the Skywalker saga is over and that they get to now sort of do their own thing.
Yeah.
They're not as hemmed in.
Yeah, that's my guess, is that they're probably like, okay, now we can rebuild this and make it ours, basically.
Yeah.
Counterpoint, those movies make a lot of money for Disney, so they're going to keep churning them out.
Oh, for sure. Star Wars movies, they will.
Yeah.
But I think in The Mandalorian was part of the thing that I think they showed that they could sort of do it right.
Yeah.
Given the opportunity.
Okay.
Given a storyline and something that was not already established, being able to, put their stamp on it, I guess.
Yeah.
In a way. So.
It also breaks the mold of being you need to have Jedis and whatever lightsabers in this in order to be interesting.
Yeah. And with them setting new properties up, going forward, they've already kind of been synergistically marketing the shit out of existing properties, as we got stacks of comics and everything. So I'm sure they're going to go nuts with that going forward, right? Set up little tangents and spin-offs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That shit's not changing.
Right.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what the Obi-Wan thing is going to be like.
Yeah.
For sure. That's going to be a huge
Yeah.
Okay.
deciding factor. But yeah, I agree. I think Mandalorian's way up there. Rise of Skywalker, middling to the lower end. Fine.
Yeah.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order is higher on the
It was
list.
a good game.
That was good.
Yeah.
I'm still playing it. I was locked out of EA for 3 weeks. I had to reinstall and uninstall Origin 4 times.
Oh man.
It was not downloading the update, so therefore it would not let me play the game.
That sucks.
Because I couldn't update it.
Okay.
It was nuts. So I didn't get any further in the game. I just fixed it a couple days ago.
Yeah. Wow.
And not even doing anything different. It was just the 8th time I had uninstalled Origin and uninstalled the game.
Ugh.
So
yeah, I like
very
the game.
crazy.
I think I had to play it on easy because it was hard and I kept dying. But other than that, I think it was well done. It had an interesting story.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah. Enjoyed every times that I was playing it.
Yeah.
Did you flip it to easy right away?
I did.
Okay.
At the beginning.
I kind of played for on easy for a while, and then I didn't get the dual lightsaber. I didn't go to Mustafar first or whatever, and so I didn't get that. And so I went to the other planet and found a really hard time, so I switched it to easy.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, this is actually very easy. So let me go back and see, once you got enough skills and stuff, I feel like going to Jedi was actually a good way to do it. I kind of learned the system and easy mode.
Okay.
And then I had enough upgrades that then returning to Jedi or medium or whatever, I was like, oh, this is manageable. And it's actually kind of a challenge. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, I agree. It was difficult at first. You just keep getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
For sure.
I still don't like the controls.
Yeah.
And some of the stupid slide puzzles were
yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So, okay. In retrospect, I wanted to destroy my controller 4 times maybe while playing that game. But it's still, yeah.
I just had to go back to a planet, and I actually kind of don't like it. I was like, I don't want to go back.
Yeah. You have to do that a couple times. Like,
Yeah.
And man, those Wookiees are rough looking.
Oh, they look terrible. I don't know how they could mess that up so bad.
I mean, we can't do hair.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, their choice of like trying to do flowing hair, and they just look matted and like they're like dread Wookiees. So just these chunks. Yeah, they're Rastas.
I'll say high point
Rastas or whatever.
is
Nice.
going to Chicago. That was
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
That was
That
a lot
was
of fun.
awesome.
Yeah,
this
celebration
year.
was great.
So it was good to connect with the fan base and like, see other nerds.
Yep.
And get to meet some people that I liked in the films.
And drop some hot live video pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super hot.
just having a good time in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I said it before. I'll say it again. I'm glad we got to do it for this movie, and at this time, like, right before Disney Plus, right before Mandalorian, like
and
there was a lot
and
of
that
stuff.
we got into that
Clone Wars,
that panel too.
Yes.
Yeah, getting into
Even though that day we probably could have just walked in because they didn't have their shit together. But
that's true. That was the one day they weren't checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but being able to be in the same room with like J.J. Abrams and
Sitting on the floor, we got good seats.
John Favreau and all those guys too. Yeah, it was great.
And Stephen Colbert hosting that was super cool.
Yeah, it was a good surprise.
And the first role of Palpatine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And him coming out.
Roll it again.
And the trailer and all that. Yeah.
It's all very good.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's fun.
I'm glad we're not going to Anaheim this year though.
Yeah.
Because I've been like, it's a lot of money and
it's not something I need to do every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
Sure.
Maybe Orlando. We'll see. It's cheaper to fly there.
Yeah. I mean, just going to Galaxy's Edge is probably a better experience.
That's probably something we should probably
comparable
do.
amount of expense, but yeah.
I will say though that Galaxy's Edge has been getting some criticism lately that it's empty after the first rush of cool new stuff, and then now it's kind of empty.
Sure.
So
that's cool because we're kind of hanging out to wait to go. And I would like to.
Yeah, we should
have to wait 8 hours to go on the ride and shit. So
yes,
we should start planning for next year now.
I know. Yeah, sometime when it's cold here.
Yeah.
I'll be in San Diego in February.
Oh.
Next year.
Okay.
That's not close to Anaheim, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
My dad lives in Anaheim, so
it's an
hour and a half away. So we could try and rope it into it.
We want the whole Star Wars experience with the hotel there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you have to wait, right? Because the hotel's not done.
No,
right,
it's
the
not,
hotel's not done. Yeah.
So you want to do the the LARPing part,
Yes.
like the whole. Okay. All right. Well, then we'll wait for that. I would too, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
The C-3PO pleasure units.
Oh yeah. I want to put some synth skin on my droids.
Oh yeah.
Synth skin has not made it over from Dark Horse.
No.
I want to build a lightsaber for sure.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll have to budget up for that because it'll be expensive.
Yes. Yeah.
Did I tell you that our friend, our mutual friend who works for Chase Bank, ended up going to the Star Wars event, but because he works for Chase Bank, they got the person who goes with them, and they don't have to wait in line for anything. They just got ushered from And I was like, I wonder how much that is.
Yeah.
It's like $3,000 a day or something like that to do that.
Man.
But so yeah, he got the VIP experience of just getting to do everything without having to wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
You bastard.
Oh.
Well, so before you go, email Ahmed, and he can hook it up
that's
probably.
true.
Right? Yeah.
Dear Mr. Best, you probably don't remember me, but
We're Space Bros.
I commented about how I listened to your podcast. Did you listen to mine? No? Oh. All right. What about predictions for 2020? Let's do some predictions today. Do you think... Okay, we know Obi-Wan is coming out of the TV show.
Right. Probably not 2020, though.
We know the release date of The Mandalorian Season 2. What are things that are coming out or going to be announced, maybe at Celebration, or things in the works?
A new Thrawn trilogy.
A book?
Yeah, there's a new trilogy announced about, I think it's going to be Chiss focused, so probably earlier Thrawn life.
Okay.
Okay.
So
you think that's happening, or it's happening?
I know it's happening.
Okay. Well, then give us a prediction that's you don't know about.
Yeah.
What do you hope for? I don't have any predictions at all. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they'll do a spin-off movie, announce a spin-off movie this year, that it's coming out in 2021 or 2022.
Okay. I think they'll do some post Rebels thing.
TV show, or
maybe live action, or it could be animated too. I guess like a Sabine Ahsoka spinoff.
Okay,
They're both real popular characters, and
like
the way Rebels ended, it kind of set that up. So
sure,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel like they got to announce, because I don't think the current animated series is doing well for them. Doesn't sound like,
the
right?
Resistance.
No. The Resistance.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good guess, is that they're going to announce some sort of animated series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Something besides the.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be quiet on the movie front
Mm.
for a little bit.
Okay.
I think they're going to let that settle out,
Mm-hmm.
and there'll be some like rumors about bringing people in.
Okay.
They'll, Ryan Johnson's contract. They got a lot of contracts
yeah.
that they still have out there that they got to figure out.
So the Game of Thrones guys, that one's gone.
Yeah, they're out.
But Ryan Johnson is still out there.
Yeah,
I think so. Yep.
With a trilogy. So I'll go pie in the sky. Maybe a Revan trilogy is announced that Ryan Johnson is doing. And
starring Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Or
hopefully.
I'm wondering if they might go like series with that too.
Oh.
I think they'll do something with the KOTOR, but since I guess we'll see how Obi-Wan goes.
Mm-hmm.
If Obi-Wan goes well,
yeah,
and Mandalorian continues to do well, they might go that route. But
yeah,
okay,
yeah, I'm feeling they might be. I know they have Obi-Wan coming up, but I sort of have a feeling that they're going to be focusing on the streaming stuff a little bit more. I mean, that is, if they can get that right, they know that that's consistent money in all the time from people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, if let's say you do a movie,
it's not $1 billion.
You do a movie for streaming, you're not going to get $1 billion revenue out of that, the box office stuff.
Sure.
So I don't know.
I
think maybe the Rise of the Mandalorian will bring a Boba Fett movie to be announced. They're going to be like, oh, Mandalorian's awesome. Give me Boba Fett. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's possibly going to be
Boba
something.
Fett.
Yeah. Like, there's some steam into that fire.
Sure.
For sure.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah. I think that.
Okay.
Maybe like a Lando prequel.
Oh, if I was going to make any series, it would be called the Calrissian Chronicles.
Yeah.
Sure. It would be like a Star Trek, like Monster of the Week Lando story.
Yeah, with
that'd
Donald
be
Glover.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if they could get Donald Glover, nail him down like that.
Yeah, he'd probably be like.
He seems like the type of person who's just like, I'm done. Like, I've done it. Because he moves on from everything he does.
Yeah, that's true.
2 years later, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'd be curious to see if they could.
But if they,
I'm sure with the right amount of money, they could probably
do a truck full of money. In front of his house.
Yeah,
and then they bring in Phoebe Waller again to do the voice and have hers the ship.
Yeah.
And he's got the Millennium Falcon for some reason.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a continuation of the Han Solo sort of stuff, like to see that continue in some way or whatever.
Totally. I would love to see a Lando only, like him going around gallivanting across the universe.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Neat. Yeah. With like Lobot, the story of him meeting
Oh,
Lobot and just him getting slippery with everything.
Yeah.
Like a Red Shoe Diaries, like
Disney
Plus, like adult Lando fucking everything.
Because I mean, like, Clone Wars is going to be over.
Yeah.
Resistance is over. They got the Obi-Wan series and the Mando series, but that's only 2 Star Wars things. So there might be a Lando-sized hole.
The Diego Luna thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we forgot to mention that.
KOTOR stuff.
Well,
or no,
he's Rogue One era.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Cassian Andor.
I forgot. Yeah,
forgot.
That.
Yeah, that might actually be coming out this year, towards Christmas time or something.
He was supposed to, but I haven't really seen anything about it lately.
Yeah,
I also haven't been seeking it out, but
yeah, it's kind of weird.
They're focused on the Clone Wars right now because that's coming out soon.
This is like everyone's least known main hero.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like on the bottom tier of heroes.
Yeah.
When it comes to it, I mean, you can't do a Jyn Erso story unless you do a prequel story.
Which they could. I mean,
but this sounds like the Cassian Andor prequel story.
Sure.
So it's weird that they chose him. Maybe he was available and Felicity Jones was not available. Was the reason why. Yeah.
But yeah, it's too bad they don't do a Jyn Erso thing because they could use probably at this point. I mean, they should have a female-led Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Because right now they've sort of announced as male-led Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
So
yeah,
and she was a cool character, and there was that whole period of time where she's on the run, whatever, and like sort of a scoundrel. Like that could have been interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully that comes at some point.
They should do an Asian actress playing Dr. Afra.
Oh yeah, Dr. Afra show would
main
be
series,
pretty good.
Live action Dr. Afra.
That would be a wonderful like Monster of the Week type thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones exploration.
Yeah.
Yes, with the psycho droids
yeah.
and the Wookiee.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that'd be great.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, if they're gonna go for a show.
Put us in charge.
Afro. Uh-huh.
This is all trademarked, by the way. Each one of these ideas.
Dave Filoni, get at us.
Yeah. The
Yeah, that'd be
spacebros at
good.
gmail.com.
Yep.
Stop making Indiana Jones movies and make an Afro movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, on the Marvel comic cover for this new series, Dr. Aphra's in there as one of the main characters, the main heroes.
Yeah.
She's on the cover. So they're trying to push her into that role.
Yeah, she's not dead.
Yeah.
I mean, spoiler for the comics, but
Yeah.
I mean, the comic series is paused, I'm guessing. But,
Yeah.
all right, now there's no more Afro comics coming out for a little bit.
Oh, no, there's a new series.
Oh, they're rebooting
So
it
they're
too.
announced that there's a new chapter
Okay.
coming out this year. So,
Yeah.
hmm
Oh, that'd be good.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, streaming. Battlefront 3 will be announced.
sure. As a video game?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
apparently Battlefront 2 is back on its
Yeah.
popular horse again.
Well, they added.
It's got good.
I think they got a spike because of Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Probably,
Just
yeah.
adding some of that character skins and features, whatever, around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
I think
only $6 for a while, too. So it's like, okay, what do you have to lose?
The metric of Twitch streaming, Battlefront is back on, sort of being
Okay.
popular and quote unquote good.
Mm.
I mean, I could certainly use another, well, I don't know, first person shooter or another video game for sure. I
Yeah.
would think we'd probably hear about this soon.
Yeah. Maybe they'll look at the sales of the single player game and be like, let's make another one of those.
Sure.
Who knows? But that won't be coming out for another 2 years probably if they decide that.
Yeah. Well, Fallen Order, man, like we didn't hear anything about that and then it was out.
Yeah.
Remember, like
Yeah.
that kind of came out of nowhere.
They kept it hush for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like right around Celebration is when we heard about it.
Yeah. Where we saw the character models and stuff. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kept it secret.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. All right. That'll do that segment. Let's go on to comics.
Hello, what have we here?
I'm the administrator of this facility. And who might you be?
Leia.
How you doing, you old pirate?
I like the sound of that.
You still hanging around with this loser?
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Would you get going, you pirate?
We're backlogged with comic books, so hopefully everyone's had time to read these in the time it takes for us to talk about them. Let's start with, speaking of the Jedi Fallen Order, that series released in its full after the new year, which is kind of weird timing because I thought I was going to wrap up. Maybe it was around Christmas time, but I thought it was going to finish before the game was released, but it did not.
It did not.
So that was kind of poor timing.
Since it being a prequel.
Yes,
Yeah,
to
being
the
a
video
prequel.
game.
And it's supposed to be like a supplement if you want to know more about the lore of the characters in there. Like,
Do you feel like you learned more about the characters in this?
no, it
No,
kind of missed
right?
its objective. But
I
you
honestly
just-
don't know. I haven't finished the game,
Mhm.
so you guys will be a better metric on this than I would. Don't
Um,
know what this has to do with the video game, other than at this point where I am in the video game.
mhm.
You know, the mystery of the force sensitive aliens and their temples, and
Mhm.
right. That's where I'm at in the video game. Where it's just like, what is this? This is weird. Let's go check
Mhm.
out this storyline.
Yeah.
Now and then, the only character that shows up in both
Mhm.
is there's only one, right?
No, there's
And that's-
two. Well, kind of. I mean, so the main master, Cordova or something
Yeah.
like that.
He's the one that he's finding his logs.
Yes. So
Right.
he was the original Jedi teacher for Siri, right? Or is that her name? Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Siri and Eno were teacher and pupil, and they trained together before Order 66, and
Okay.
then he was killed, and you're finding his logs in the game,
Right.
and his holocrons. And
Okay,
all
yeah,
that stuff.
I guess I didn't
Yeah.
consider like.
And then
Yes.
Siri is still alive. Yeah, spoilers. But
What is
Yeah.
that? Who's the driving the ship? Is that her? No.
Yeah.
well, she's the former Jedi.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yes, yeah, that's her.
Okay. For some
Is
reason,
he
I did not
the
connect
younger?
those names.
Okay. Yes, yeah. Is that her name for sure?
Yeah. It's Siri or
Siri.
Siri or
Syrah?
something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
And then the
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor, yes. Uh-huh. Is her pupil was series.
Okay, so there's more
Padawan.
connection then.
Yes.
For some reason, that did not connect that was the same. That Padawan was the Jedi who is flying the ship in the video game.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't so much said so in the video game at this point that I'm at. I don't think. I feel like that's kind of... She's like Force sensitive. I don't know that she's outright said that she was a Jedi or a Padawan.
She
early
said she
on.
abandoned the Force.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Pretty early on.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
And
makes
then
sense.
You learn that later
Yeah, I
that
think
she's...
you learned, yeah.
And the name should have tipped me off, but I'm bad with names.
But yeah, that being said, I don't think the series needed to exist. I
Yeah.
don't think it justified it.
Spoiler alert. Is there some sort of energy or weapon energy that's in this temple that plays any part in the video game?
You finished it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Okay. Because that's what I thought towards the end of this.
It's kind of like,
somehow...
oh, these are the original Jedis, is what you find out about that alien temple.
Okay.
Some of the original Jedis, I guess. But it's not really clear. Right?
Okay.
There isn't a whole clear line between these are old Republic Jedis or something like that.
Sure.
They're just kind of aliens that existed as Jedis and protectors.
Okay. I guess we should cover the plot of the comics a little better.
Yeah.
So, so those two, the Jedi and the Padawan, are sent to a planet to negotiate. This is what Jedis do: negotiate for. There's a company that's like excavating and drilling under the guise of like finding artifacts on this planet. And then, hey, we're being attacked by insurgents. How do we deal with them?
Yes.
And yeah, come to find out that the master is presumed dead after an attack on whatever convoy to go out and talk to the
folk
Phelan or whatever the native culture is, who is protecting a temple, right? "Quote unquote" temple.
A Jedi temple, yeah.
We think.
Yep. No, it is.
And well, yeah. We're not really sure throughout the most of the comic because they don't go inside of it.
The Phylar.
The Phylar.
Temple in Phylar.
Yeah. So the Padawan, Siri, sides with the Phylar once she finds out that corporation, which is spelled DAA.
Yeah.
That's the dude's name.
Yeah.
A very handsome,
dashing rogue
type who's like, "No, man, I'm just in it to like find out some secrets of the universe.
Want some knowledge.
I want knowledge, yeah. And I have a huge army for some reason.
Yeah.
We're both here for the same reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's maybe not telling the truth. And
Yep.
It's a lot. Well, it's not a lot. It is kind of a basic storyline that you find, where I feel like when they have these one-off stories of like a Jedi and a Padawan are sent somewhere to negotiate terms. It usually involves like a native species or native culture.
Yeah.
And then somebody trying to be like, well, we're the Republic. We're coming in here. So whoa, everybody stop fighting.
Yeah.
Let's talk this out. Maybe we're going to side with the native culture as opposed to the whatever, in the attacking culture or whatever.
Yep.
Right?
That's a good point, is that like all these stories like this, these one-offs, kind of follow a strict timeline. It's always the corps are bad and the natives are right.
Right.
And it's always the Empire sides with the corporations. And it's always the Jedi sides with the natives.
Yeah.
At
this point, it's the Republic.
It's so predictable, though.
Yeah. It is kind of interesting that like they sort of mention that the Republic is there as like a strong arm. The Jedis can be there as a strong arm as the Republic, and the Republic is not always right and still has like a hard time like dealing with,
It's so bureaucratic and has
the
corruption
bureaucracy.
and all that stuff.
Yeah. This is
now adding corporations to it.
This is pre-Order 66.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. So it's still like prequel time with a Republican Senate.
Yeah. So we're assuming like 10, well, I don't know how old she is in Fallen Order, 10 to 20 years before Fallen Order. I don't know if they specifically say.
Yeah. This is one that
78 ASY. I don't know, whatever the new timeline is.
ASI.
Yeah.
Or BSI.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
These bullshit years.
They don't do the whole, comic crawl before each issue.
No, it's the page before, but it's like not as detailed, right?
There's nothing in there.
Oh, yours doesn't have it?
This one doesn't have one.
No, next page.
Oh.
Sorry. There's something in there that kind of roughly.
Okay, this.
But yeah, I don't think they give you a date.
Yeah. No.
They just give like a general.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the only thing that is interesting about these comics that ties into the game, aside from there are 2 characters in the game, is that the Inquisitor appears a little bit, and you find out later in the game that was Ciri's Padawan, the Inquisitor.
What?
Yeah. So
Spoilers.
yes.
Wait.
But there was the biggest spoiler in the entire Fallen Order game was revealed in a commercial,
Right.
which is ridiculous. So
Which I still have not heard.
yes.
But you can tell
Good.
me if you
no,
want.
I'm not going to
'cause
tell you that one. Okay.
I gotta finish the game.
Yep.
So yeah, so the way this comic ends though is they had protected, or the Jedi were trying to protect the temple from the corporation and whatever, and the Inquisitor sometime later comes back to find out what's in this temple, and it's what? Is it anything really substantial?
She finds Eno's data pad.
So just the data pad. So that data pad
Yeah.
is the thing that.
Oh wait,
Does
no,
that?
is it the thing with the younglings? Location of the younglings?
No, I think it's
that's-
just a data pad. His
okay.
data pad.
Because that's what she
no,
pulls
not
out.
that one. Not that
Okay.
one. No.
And I didn't know what that meant as far as the game, the video game.
Because in the game, you're trying to find the data pad with the younglings location.
Yeah.
The Force sensitive.
No, I think. Yeah, like I said, this doesn't really
Like,
need
why
to
would that data
exist.
pad
It was
be in
just
there?
kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, those fuckers were here. I need to go find them.
Mm-hmm.
That's like basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the motive. Yeah.
But during the big battle between the corporation and the Phelan, one of them goes into the temple, pulls out like a big energy weapon, and it starts to use it against them. It's like, did this have to do with? Is this somehow roped into Fallen Order? But they don't explain it at all.
Oh no. Okay. So
They're just like, it's like a force weapon.
well, the last thing that happened
The
is
energy.
they said that this data pad belonged to Cordova,
Right.
and it's leading them to Bogana, which is the first planet you go to in the Fallen Order.
Right.
So
Okay.
and it said the Inquisitors are like, Ciri, Junda, and Cal Kestis cannot hide from me forever. So now it's basically like, okay, they're on the hunt for you, is what it leads up to.
Okay.
But there's also stuff in the story, like he doesn't know he's a Jedi, really. Or, well, Cal doesn't acknowledge that he's a Jedi in the game until like after the first planet or something, right?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
you don't see that until afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing I missed in the game so far is I don't know if Ciri has revealed that she's a like I know it like right away.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember if it was ever said
Okay.
that early.
So they don't have Cal's Padawan in this at all, or his teacher, his master, in this story at all, which is kind of weird. Yeah, you find out. Did you go to the training things with the master where you're in like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every
Yeah.
time you get a
Facility.
new force power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And playing the video game, like I assumed that those things that he was reading and finding from this Jedi Master were way older.
Yeah.
Like,
Nope.
I guess that's why I also didn't make that connection when reading the comic book. I mean, besides the fact that it's been like 3 weeks since I had played the video game.
Right.
Is that, yeah, it couldn't have been 3 weeks. Yeah, it was like Christmas time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that
when everything blew up. So
those were hot off the presses.
yeah,
Those-
so 15
those
years,
notes he was
20 years
making.
ago
Yeah,
or whatever.
no, it was like recent, very recently.
I guess he's old. It could have been
Mhm.
a younger him. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Let's talk about Vader Hard Target. Did you guys read this one?
Yeah.
So this is chronicling the tales of a bounty hunter whose mission is to assassinate Vader.
Did you guys get some early 90s vibe off of this comic book or late
Yes.
80s?
Yeah.
Actually,
the art
I'm
is
real
way-
into it.
Yeah.
So it was based off of an earlier comic book that came out in like the 80s.
Okay.
So the character itself is based off like a one-off
Okay.
story. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I didn't know that. Okay, that makes sense.
What's his name again?
I'm going to go with Crean. No. It's not it.
Shoot, what is it?
I'm
Valance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was, you learn through the story that he was an Imperial pilot, right? That was, a battle and pretty much like Left 4 Dead, blown up to pieces and is now a cyborg reconstructed. And his village, you find out throughout this story, was kind of ravaged by the Empire, and the ones he loved were killed by the Empire. So he's got like a love-hate relationship with the Empire.
Yeah, I think initially they were like getting harassed by like local toughs, and then the Empire came in and saved them, but then they just saved them so they could like strip mine their shit basically.
Yeah,
and then
like,
once,
you got a cool setup here. Let's take all of it.
yeah, once it was all gone, they just like left them, and then they were screwed again.
Yep. Yeah. So his, I don't know if his girlfriend or wife or something was killed too, right? Like his family was killed by, savages or something. And he's now like kind of just like a cyborg out for revenge. And one of his missions, he gets summoned by the Emperor, right? For his first bounty hunter mission. Or his main target was sent by the Empire? Or was it someone else?
I think that was someone else. I think he was.
Who was he hired by then?
This is by the
like
hand,
yeah,
right?
the shadowy organization,
The shadow hand.
hidden
That's
hand
right.
or shadow hand.
That's
or,
right.
Hand.
I read this one before Christmas. It's been a while.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I read the first
like,
issue
oh, shit.
a long time
Okay.
ago too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he starts. I mean, it starts from his bounty hunter thing. You kind of get drips and drabs of his backstory throughout the comics. But yeah, basically it starts with there's the hidden hand that hires him and a bunch of other bounty hunters to kill Vader.
Yeah.
This is a kill Vader story.
Yes. Which, once again, is ridiculous because nobody's going to kill Vader.
Right. Yeah.
So
Overall, I thought this was definitely more of the entertaining ones.
Yes.
And not as basic and whatever as the other kill Vader stories.
this isn't the first one. It won't be the last one. But
Right.
Yeah, it was written well. And this character seems like he's got like a tormented past, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And
Like all the characters kind of got screwed over by all the bounty hunter characters got screwed over by the Empire in different ways. Too.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. They reveal all that.
Yep.
So, but the thing about
And I
this,
had Dengar.
Dengar's in this one.
So yeah, the big part of it is like they get their crew together,
Yeah.
working for the Hidden Hand, or the Hidden Hand, right?
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
and they have to lure Darth Vader somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and get him away from everybody else, so they can try and kill him. And the thing that I think what their plan basically was like they needed an EMP of some sort, right? They had to disable his body. I don't know if that's ever said in the but it comes up at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I think because I was reading a bunch of comics this week, in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think
does Darth Vader happen to across an EMP in another comic as well?
it sounds familiar.
I thought in the main series,
right?
Yeah, they shot an EMP at him to disable him.
Yeah.
He kind of walks out though.
Yeah, but he also survived that and was like, you can destroy his body, but
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know, or was that like in an old Afra comic? I
Oh.
think, where they like
An
they shut
Afra.
him down and he
reboots.
reboots himself with hate
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude that had like the fucking space whale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought the interesting thing is like the idea of bringing EMPs into
Yeah,
this
but
universe
it's like,
now,
well,
and then
that-
that would be the thing that would shut him down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
But it also shut down the main character.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
for
he's
him.
mostly a
Well-
robot too.
Yeah. I think Dengar double crosses him and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, a big part of these comics are, for this comic, this Target Vader one, is there's a lot of battle sequences.
Yeah.
A lot of people like sort of double crossing, not a whole lot of double crossing, but a little bit of double crossing, and the reveal of this character's backstory as to why he hates the Empire, which you covered already.
Yep.
Is kind of, I thought, the more interesting part of the comic.
Mm-hmm.
And done well that way, where it wasn't just about like, well, how do we trap and kill Vader? Because if it was just that, I'd be like, yeah, we've seen this
Yeah.
comic. It's not that good.
It's like Vader down all over again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus this Punisher ass looking
Well, he looked,
character from the early '90s, and like
Yeah.
the
Yes.
art styles, like all very good.
he looks like a combination of the Punisher and Cable. Like if you took
Yeah.
those two characters
Yeah.
and mashed them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
hopefully
Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Terminator.
sprinkle a little Terminator in there too.
Yeah.
It's everything you love from the '90s.
Yep.
I hope they give this character maybe another series or something, right? Because we leave it in a place where he then gets hired by the Empire, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For a moment.
Yeah.
to sort of be, what was the other in the Poe Dameron series, the like bounty hunter empire guy. But he wasn't that interesting. He was more like a Bond villain.
Corvus or something, Corvin or something like that. Yeah, he was the mustache guy.
The mustachioed man.
Yeah. Yeah, he was also like mind controlled and like brainwashed.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a lot happens in this comic. But those were pretty much the...
Well, there is a new Darth Vader series. Surprise.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, there's no shortage of comics coming out in 2020.
No.
The series that's...
Seems like a little bit of a lull right now. I feel like I'm not buying
Yeah.
as many comics as
there's
in
new
the
things
past.
that are starting up for sure with the new year.
So there's the new Star Wars, right?
Mhm.
Which is now just Star Wars #1 2020.
Yes.
Like, but then there's also Star Wars Ascension.
Yes,
another
I'm trying to
series.
Figure out what the difference is between that and the main series. It's kind of confusing.
I don't know if there is. Honestly,
Why?
I don't think I put the Ascension comics in
Okay.
Marvel yet.
Let me take a peek here and see.
I think we have a couple of Afro comics to cover next time.
Yep.
While you're looking for comics,
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, I believe we covered most of the Star Wars main series until maybe up until the end, which they're calling something to Hoth or
right. Yeah, the Escape to Hoth.
Escape to Hoth.
Yeah, but there's like issues 68 through 75 or something. We'll have to cover next time.
Sure.
Okay. There is a new Darth Vader series that came out. Number 2 is out in March, so that's not out yet. Kylo Ren is actually not wrapping up until March 11. There's only 4 issues, but that'll be 4 of 4
I didn't know
in
it
March.
was a limited series.
Yep, that's only a limited run. Star Wars, for whatever reason, they have this dumbass idea of just not changing the title. So when you're looking for the comics too, it's ultra confusing because you'll be like, oh, Star Wars number 3. Oh yeah, not the 19 or the 2015 version. The
2020.
The 2020 version of that. It's
I don't understand.
Dumbasses. Okay. February 12th comes Kylo Ren. Okay, second printing of that. Okay, February 12th is number 3 for the Kylo Ren series. That's coming out soon. And the Darth Vader first issue is February 5th. But before then, there's only the main series stuff, and Dr. Aphra wrapped up with issue 40. So there actually was something that came out on December 4th called Star Wars Saga #1. I don't know if you got that one, but it gives you a summary of every comic series that they've released on Marvel so far. So it's like a primer if you want to look at it and see if you're interested in that series or not.
Yeah, I didn't want to buy that.
Yeah, I have it.
I mean, maybe it was like $2, but I was like, I don't really need that.
But I'm not sure what Empire Ascendant is.
Yeah, that's an Empire Ascendant.
I don't know if that's a separate series or what, because I think I bought an issue of that and I haven't read it yet.
I should be able to look it up on the Marvel app.
Yeah, it's also called Star Wars, the main series. So I don't know. Very confusing. Yeah.
Is it just Star Wars Empire Ascendant?
Yes. But for whatever reason, they call Star Wars issue #1. They don't call it that. It's listed weird on this website, so maybe it's just
Star Wars Destination Hoth.
No.
Yeah, it is really hard to tell if that's
Okay.
that
I think it's
means
actually called
Star
Empire
Wars.
Ascendant, and then from there on out they go number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 without putting that title in there. I was confused by it when I was looking it up online. I was like, what?
I think it's a different series because Star Wars Empire Ascendant says 2019, and the new Star Wars series shows up on
what the hell
in the Marvel app as Star Wars 2020.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
and it's offering me to buy it, and so if I have Star Wars #1 2020 #1. But I didn't input Star Wars Empire Ascendant yet, so I think there are two. I wish I had the comics in front of me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that like sitting on my desk, there are two separate comics: Empire Ascendant and Star Wars Mainline.
Okay.
So,
all right, but as for
there are two very different covers in the app. So
as for pre-orders for comics, it seems like there's only the Darth Vader series and the Star Wars main series.
Star Wars main series.
Oh, I don't have that one. Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah. And then Empire Ascendant looks very different. It says Empire Ascendant on an old bag.
Oh, shit. Actually, okay, there's another series. Star Wars Bounty Hunters, featuring the bounty hunters we just talked about, Valance, and there's Bosk in there, too.
Oh.
So there's actually a bounty hunter series coming out.
So he's getting his own series. Sort of.
It seems like it's all the bounty hunters. Like you see 3 or 4 bounty hunters in each issue.
Okay.
So, okay, there's another series. There's 3 series total.
When does that one start?
Looks like February.
Okay.
So, yes, there will be more comics. Oh, March 4th, number 1 comes out. So,
cool.
All right. That's what we got for comics, and we'll discuss the ones that have already been released in depth next episode. Any other words of wisdom?
I think we're running out of steam.
Yeah.
The big game. Let's watch the big game.
The big game.
The big game.
It's really warm outside.
Yeah,
there's news.
It's nice, yeah.
It's 50 degrees, so yes.
Crazy. Let's go outside. Watch
All
the
right.
big game.
Big game.
Was, without a doubt, the worst episode ever. Rest assured that I was on the internet within minutes, registering my disgust throughout the world.